Welcome to the Tech M&A Podcast. Here we dive into the strategies, challenges, and candid stories of tech entrepreneurs who have successfully sold their companies. Today we speak with Richard Addotta, co-founder and CEO of WRM, a software development company focused on improving business processes through its innovative applications. Thanks for joining me today, Rich.
Thanks for having me.
Can you give us your origin story and tell us a bit about WRM as a company?
Sure. So I'm a utility guy, right? And worked at utility for a long time. And during my time there, worked in a variety of capacities, but got to see several issues or things that could be better. And, for other reasons and for family reasons and for different things, decided to move into an entrepreneurship type of life and solve the problems that I saw in the job that I had, and think about how we can do those things better, things that would make a difference in the world, right? So WRM software is all around storm response. It's becoming a bigger problem, bigger storms that, need these sorts of solutions to help make them better in the future. So took that risk, jumped off that cliff, started the company and, worked hard to kind of rectify those problems that we saw and build a common solution that would help connect everybody and make it so that power restoration can happen quicker. So it was really seeing a problem and trying to find a solution for it and build something that would make it better.
How did you get connected with Corum?
I went through several of the sort of different seminars that you guys put on, to learn more about the process. I was not, an experienced entrepreneur by any means, right? I worked at a utility. I didn't understand investment. I didn't understand selling your company. I didn't understand M&A. Those were all things that were a pretty big gap for me. So, getting with Corum and understanding what you did and working with Rob and understanding what the options were, right? And how the process would go was all an education to me. It was nothing that I had any real knowledge on. So working with a group of people that do that all the time, that focus on software, to me, it was a huge learning experience and a huge asset, right? To understand how it all is going to work and proceed. Fantastic.
What was your motivation to go through a process? Why now?
That's a good question. To me, it was more, it was the right time in my life, I think, more than anything. I don't know if it was so many, I didn't go into it with, we have to hit this metric and then we're going to sell the company, right? I knew that was an ultimate goal, but how we got there or why we got there, I'm not really sure. So, to me, it was more the right time. I think, we had gotten the blue chip customers that we were looking for. We had gotten the traction and we needed some support to kind of continue to grow it and make it into what it had the capability to become. So, there was a day in March where I think I just decided this is the right time and gave you a call and said, I think we're ready to start. And that was it. Yeah, it was just really timing seemed like from a multitude of reasons, personal and business reasons.
How has your life changed? What's life look like for you now?
It's great, right? I mean, there's a lot less stress, right? We were a bootstrap company, that worked for everything that we got, and any shortfalls came out of my bank account. And, that's a difficult way to run a business, but very rewarding when you sell your company, right? And also because you're in complete control, right? But with all that control and with all those great things also comes all the responsibility, all the downsides and the negatives that you always have to prepare for and be ready for, right? Now we've taken that off the table, right? So to me, that's, that relief that, the pressure that you feel all the time, has now been removed. And the company that bought us, right? I think is really going to help the product to achieve what it has the capability to do, to be that standard kind of platform and to help everybody get their power back when it goes out, right? Which is really what the goal is the human side of it, right? And so to fulfill that, they're going to help make that happen. And for me, it was a very positive outcome and changes my life in 1,000 ways. But the best one is probably mental health wise, right? Of just having that all be, that risk all being gone now, right? And having a great outcome.
So looking back at the process and how all of this went down, what advice would you give to CEOs looking to sell their companies?
So this wasn't the first time, right? So to me, getting the right people who know what they're doing, right? So that was a lesson for me, know what you know and know what you don't know. You get people to help you on the things you don't know. So working with you guys was definitely a really smart move. if I could think about like what would be different, I don't know. Having patience, is a big part of it. Understanding the ups and downs, which you guys tell you is going to happen, right? But being prepared for that and always, going through that and just having a level head, right? And understanding you're doing this to get to an outcome, and continually work towards that, and making sure that it's kind of aligned with what you're looking for. But no, I think having experts that know what they're doing and that guide you through it is a really smart step that you could take. That definitely helped me.
So what's next for you?
I'm excited to be a dad, right? I'm excited to be able to take care of my family, right? And to not miss any of those things. It's not lost on me that I'm, younger than, some people who get into this position, and to do that when you have 3 little kids, and to now be able to be present to everything that they're going to do, right? And to be, there and not miss anything, because you do miss a lot when you're building a business, right? And you are putting your heart and soul into it, and the time and the commitment. And now really to be able to pay that back, right? And to take the next, however long that is, 10, 15 years of all these things that they're going to experience, and to be able to be there for all of it and not miss a moment if I don't want to, right? Like to have that flexibility, being afforded that opportunity does not get lost on me. And I'm extremely grateful for that next chapter.
I just want to share a little anecdote from the point who worked with you. He said when he asked you, what were you going to do after your close? You said, I'm going to be the best dad ever. That just really resonated with me, and will with so many of our listeners, I'm sure.
So that's the plan, 100%, right? Like the head of the PTA, right? Whatever volunteer they need, whatever they need for me to do, like I want to be there and do it, right? To the best way that I can.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Thank you. I'm very appreciative.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tech M&A Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share it with your friends, colleagues, and fellow entrepreneurs. We release new episodes every 2 weeks, so make sure to subscribe and stay up to date on our latest interviews and tech M&A research. And while you're there, go ahead and drop us a rate and review. And if you have any suggestions or topics you'd like us to cover, please reach out to us on social media or email us at info@corumgroup.com. Join us again next time for more inspirational stories and practical tips from tech founders who have successfully navigated the exits of their companies.